All right, we're back again on the junk ass GT 500, episode 4, I think. So thanks for watching and subscribing. Last video was long. Did some work. I don't know what that was. Something went boom over there. But anyway, so I did a lot of work on the last video. Yes, I took the rags out of the intake ports. I checked it and double checked it. Off camera type thing. But yeah, thanks for asking and making sure that I didn't forget. I'm old, but you know, it is what it is. So anyway, I'm back today. So I'm doing, I was out here this morning kind of early. I got all the brackets, accessory drives put back on the front, on the new alternator. Got the belts ran, all that's done. Now I'm working on cleaning out the oil cooler. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do that real quick. So one line is right here. The other one's down to this clean pan down here. I'm gonna run some mineral spirits down through here with that little hand pump and try to, first I'm gonna blow it out. First I'm gonna blow the line out with some air, and then I'm gonna fill it up with mineral spirits and run it through a couple times. I've got 2 or 3 quarts of mineral spirits. And this is sad. I went to AutoZone and I said, hey, you got any mineral spirits? Cat's like, what is that? You can't tell me what mineral spirits are. I don't know that I want you working at a car place. But anyway, it is what it is. So I'm going to fill up, go ahead and blow these lines out first, both directions. And then I'm going to fill it up with mineral spirits and run it through a couple times. And then I got some clean oil then I'm going to put in it and then run that through as well. So I'll try to set the camera up and show you how to clean the lines out, but we'll see what we can do. Let's get at it. All right, so I got this about as best as I can get it. We'll go ahead and start through here, blow the one side out, and then go the other direction. Try to turn my fancy iPod or tripod, he called it. It's an old air compressor with some duct tape. I'll show you guys that later. It's kind of fun. Now, see how much air comes out of that? Don't get carried away. Just kind of a little light. You don't want to blow the intercooler to pieces. You're just trying to get out the old oil as best you can. Out pretty good. Now I'm going to try to switch the hoses around, blow the air through this hose, and put this down on the bottom so it goes in the pan. So the main goal here is to get all the old oil out and then clean it out with some mineral spirits, as I said before. But you also want to make sure that there's no oil or anything that's in that oil cooler that could mess up the new engine or the new bearings. So you want to make sure that gets cleaned out. It's really clean. Nothing in it. No metal shavings or nothing. It's just dirty oil. Now, the scary part of that is that's how much dirty oil is left on one of these cars when you do an oil change. It kind of bothers me a little bit. There's no way to drain that cooler, nothing like that. So, kind of weird that they didn't put in like some kind of drain and a cooler or line or something so you get all that old nasty oil out. So I'm going to go ahead and fill the line up with some spirits, get that cleaned out, and get some clean oil in it. And then when I get to that point, I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so that took about, I don't know, 20 minutes to show what I got going on. All right, so what I did, I got the clean pan down there now, I'll clean it out again. So I want to make sure once I got the lines cleaned out, then I get fresh oil I got one feeding here, and then I'm using the air once I get oil in that to push the oil, to push it through. Yeah, woo, all the way through. Let me go ahead, see how clean this is right now. How clean the oil is coming out of it right now. It's dripping out, super clean. So yeah, that's what it looks like right now. I'm on quart number 2. I wanted to run 3 quarts of clean oil through the cooler. Once I get that done, I'll take the bracket off the oil housing and put the lines back on. All right, I got it pretty well cleaned out. I ran 4 quarts of oil through it. I did have 5. I put the 5th quart is in the cooler as much as I could get in there. So that's with that. How clean that is now. Really, really clean. So go ahead, take this plate off they got on there, put the lines back in it, and call that a day for that. All right, so back today. I got a lot done yesterday. Didn't record. Yep, apologize. No biggie. I wanted to get it on the ground, and I was sweating so bad, and just taking breaks and water, and just one of those days. Today's a little easier day. I've got everything under the car back installed. Starter, alternator, the exhaust is back on it. I got the car on the ground, and I'm doing the accessories and radiator support today. So right now I've got all the accessories put on. I think I showed you that already. I'm starting back here on the firewall. There's a little plate right here for the battery box, and I'm going to get all the cowl put back on and get the battery box put back in, and then come up to the radiator support, get that done, and get everything back on there, fan and all that stuff, and see if I can maybe, just maybe, try and get it running. Oh, yesterday I did the DTC fluid also, got all that finished. That all looks good now, so that's good to go. It looked brand new anyway. Probably wasted money changing it, but it is what it is. So one of those things, there's 2 drain plugs in that trans. If you have any question, there's one in the front and one in the back, and it takes 8.5 quarts once you drain it, so not cheap. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead. I'll try to set the camera up today and then do some videoing on the battery box and the radiator stuff in the front, but that's just gonna be kind of boring and tedious work, but I'll try to show you some of that anyway. So again, thanks for watching and subscribing, and let's get this video done and try to get the front end back on this car today. All right, so been here about an hour. I got the strut brace, battery box, radiator support put in, and a couple harnesses plugged into the hood latch area and all that other stuff. I'm going to get the radiator and all the coolant stuff put on, and I'll record that. I'll show you what I got done off camera, just because I had to clean a lot of stuff, and it just tedious work. All right, so this is the upper core support on these cars, and I'll tell you what, there's a load of shit. You got a bracket here, a bracket here, you got 2 bolts up here. You got a long 10 mil that goes right here on both sides, and then back here you have another bolt right there on both sides you got to take off. So it is a composite core support, so I guess they wanted to make sure it had enough supports and brackets. Now before you get any further, go ahead and shut your hood, make sure it latches, and you don't have to mess with any of that stuff. The strut brace, it's got a ton of bolts as well. There's a bracket that goes between the cowl and the window. It's got 3 bolts in it, and the strut bar itself's got 2, 4, 9 bolts. Battery box bracket's got a bunch of shit. There's a lot of stuff in these cars, but it's not hard to work on. It's just mark your bolts, bag your bolts, make sure you know where they go. Now that I've done one of these cars, I'm still going to bag all my bolts next time if I do another one, but I know where everything goes, what the bolts look like, what bolts should go where, and which ones got Loctite and thread tight and which ones don't. But first time doing something like this, a little nervous, I won't lie. Out of my wheelhouse. But anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go grab the radiator out of the trailer and get all my hoses here laid out on the ground, and go ahead and put the radiator in and let y'all watch a little bit of work. So that being said, let's get to it. All right, as with everything else on this car, Ford's got 100 pounds of crap in a 10-pound sack. You got to stuff all of this radiator, heat exchanger, air box, coolant tank, this, sorry about the truck out there, and all this has to go on this right here. So there's plenty of room, but it's just aggravating. So that being said, I'm gonna go get a couple bottles of water, come down, set the camera up, and get this put on. All right, so I got it set up sort of. I'm gonna try to go ahead and put the radiator in, and then there's a bracket that goes on top all the way across the radiator. 2-part bracket. A lot of crap here. lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I got some AC lines down here that are kind of getting in the way. That's the top AC line right there. And the bottom one down here. Some tape on them. I didn't want to get any moisture in the AC system. That's it for that. That's pretty easy. Now, top bracket, kind of a pain. Long upper bracket. It's got the upper radiator brackets on each one. So it basically goes underneath the prop rod support. Top one over here. Actually went over pretty easy. Man, I should record more often. Stuff just falling into place. So let me find the bolts for that, and I'll be right back. Alright, got a little baggie with all my stuff in it. So far it's going pretty smooth today. Yesterday was a struggle. So I didn't do a lot of recording after I cleaned out the oil cooler. Probably crawled in and underneath this car 20 times. Now, yesterday I wish I had a lift, and I know half of you are like, yep, you need a lift. I said, but honestly, if I would have had a lift, I would have still taken the motor out from the front the way I did, instead of dropping the whole K-member, because honestly, taking all that shit loose is way more work than what I did to take this out from the front. Way more work. So now there's a couple radiator hoses I'm going to get hooked up. Probably just do that off way. We'll go ahead and find my vice strips and we'll go ahead and hook them up too. Now normally, when I take cars apart, these spring pressure hose clamps, they put a lot of pressure on the hose, and if you leave them on the hose when it's not on the car, it collapses the hose pretty bad. So I normally pull it all the way off the hose and then just kind of stuff it. I don't know if you can see it. I'll put it down inside the hose itself, or tape it to the hose where it's supposed to go. Like there's a couple over there that are taped, so I know where they're supposed to go. Versus leaving them clamped on the hose and messing that hose up. Still not quite tight enough yet. I don't do it. I'm gonna look at a couple pictures on my phone to make sure I put that clamp on the right direction. All right, so I got that hose put on. I'm cleaning up my fan. We get that in there. I'm not gonna show you that. My phone just kind of fell on the ground, and I don't want to risk breaking my phone again to get some footage. So show you what I got so far. All right, so the fan is next. It's over there. I got the main radiator hose hooked up. I got the one hose for the heat exchanger pump hooked up. I got all this stuff done. So yeah, to get this all back together, I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Then I move the gas tank, see what the fuel smells like in the tank. Maybe try to start it today. Let's see. All right, so it is that time. And anybody that builds a car knows what I'm talking about. That nerve factor, that butt pucker when you try to start it for the first time. So everything is done. Got all the old fuel out. It's actually pretty clean. Put some race gas in it. See what it runs like. Hopefully. So let's get in the car, see what it does. We have a lot of smoke coming out the exhaust from the sitting. Motor seems to be super quiet. Hell yeah! That's the money right there. And that is the coal. No bullshit. All that going on. Hell yeah. Money well spent. Now we did get some stuff out of the exhaust back here. Some wood chips. I did blow all the cats and everything out, but I didn't blow the mufflers out. Oil pressure 110 pounds. Hell yeah. That's freaking awesome. I'm gonna let it run, check for leaks, make sure I don't have any leaks, look under the car, make sure nothing's, I dropped all the heat shields off the mufflers and X-pipe and cleaned all that shit out, and looks like there's some stuff in the muffler, so hopefully it didn't, with those electric valves, it didn't get all the way inside. Hopefully. I'll check that out. Hell yeah! Alright, that's a wrap. She's running. Got one leak, the damn DCT line. When I pulled the motor out, the line was a little cocked on the back where it goes into the transmission housing. I knew, go ahead and buy a line. I was like, no, it's probably okay. $100, never question yourself. It's not going to be a big deal to change. You can get to it right beside the radiator. The biggest thing is where it bolts to the engine block. I might have to take the starter back out. With that being said, that is the only issue thus far. I did drive it down the road. She quit smoking. I'm thinking I put PB blaster in the cylinders, and if they were open, I probably got some down in the exhaust, and if I didn't get any in there, then it was probably from when it was flooded and water pushed the oil up and then it went down in the exhaust. Because when I cleaned the converters out, they looked really, really wet and oily, and so did the whole exhaust system. It's nice and dry looking back now. It looks really good. So I'm happy it runs good. It's not a paperweight. I'm gonna get it finished up now, get a tag on this damn thing, and maybe take it to Bowling Green in September if anybody's gonna be up there. So I ordered a line. It's supposed to be here tomorrow, so I'm gonna get that swapped out. Hopefully that leaks gets solved. If that's done, that's it. Get the headlights and everything put back in it, the front bumper on it, and she's good to go. So with that being said, try to video some on this, not a lot. Hopefully it was enough. And hope you liked the video, share, subscribe, all that good jazz. And today she's Shelby junk, and runs good. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and y'all have a good day. All right, so kind of realized the end of this video kind of sucked, so I figured I'd throw in a little bit of extra at the end of this video. The car's been together for a couple days now. I put about 60 miles on it, took it down to the DMV, got all the paperwork done. So far, everything's working amazing. So what we'll do, give y'all a little cold start, a good walk around, and let me know what you think so far. It's pretty much done, and I'm super, super happy with the car. All right, so there it is. All its glory. Hell yeah. Got the rotors cleaned up a little bit. Needed a little bit more into that. A town seat. That's for to catch all that swass, if y'all know what I'm talking about. Everything turned out amazing on the car. Oh, I'll go ahead. Now, I lost some video footage on the first start. This thing fired right up when it started. I was in the car. I guess I hit the wrong button. As you can see in the video, I walked around the front, showed the engine, all the smoke coming out the back. So I don't know what the hell happened. Nerves, something, I don't know, but it started up just like it's going to right now. So, we got the Ford Performance going on. Everything works, the door's open, and here we go. Hell yeah. Okay for the door open. These are loud. Yeah. It ain't Mr. Smoky no more. All that burned out. Motor's good and quiet. Car's like brand new money. Hell yeah. Let me go ahead and open the hood real quick and show you what the engine looks like. Alright, got the hood open. Looks brand new. Hell yeah. Yeah, just taking in all the goodness. Now everything works. Everything. I haven't found anything yet that doesn't work on the car. I washed it, I did vacuum it out, and I cleaned the rotors up some. They're still not to my standards, but like I said, the car got the carbon fiber dash, it's got the Recaro seats, it's got handling pack, it's got the electronics pack in the trunk. Damn thing jams, radio's working. Hell yeah.
You're still paying full price for gas.
Ain't no songs on, so there's no monumentization out there. Dome lights, everything. So I end that video in the car. I'll probably do a drive video next week. I just got everything finally done, so I'll probably do a drive video next week. So for a couple haters on there that said, oh, you bought total trash, total junk, I'm gonna say it, suck it. That is what it is. I got lucky with the car. Everything works. It looks brand new. It smells new inside. I'm totally happy with the car. I got a good deal on it. Probably going to try to keep this one. Wife likes it, so we'll see what happens. I want to put a set of wheels on it, but I haven't decided yet. We'll see how that works out. So sorry to throw this in the video. It just one of those things. I got excited on the first start and didn't push the record button. Pushed the wrong one. It happens sometimes, but I apologize for that. It fired right up. I mean, it just whoop. I guess all the priming, because we open these doors 2 or 3 times, or every time you open the door in these cars, the fuel pump primes every time. So it had fuel and it lit right off. So with that being said, hope y'all having a good weekend. The car turned out amazing. Super happy with it. If you got any questions, if you're working on one of these and you need any help or insight or information, just hit me up. foxjunk73@gmail.com, or you can ask below. I'm going to take today, maybe go to the park, go swimming, do something. So far the wife's been cutting trees on some bushes around here, so I might have to help do some yard work, so we'll see. Again, thanks for watching and subscribing, and y'all have a good weekend.